And hello everybody, this is Kyle Ott for Draftradio doing a Dragon's Maze Gatecrash RTR draft. Not gonna lie guys, one of my favorite formats to draft and I was getting a little nostalgic. Alright, so we're off to the races just like that. An excellent pack so far to start with. In this format, there's one of two ways that you can honestly draft. You can either try and very darnest to be two colors, or you can go in assuming that you're going to be three from the very beginning. And that's how I like to draft. There's some great cards in the pack, certainly. Thrashing Moss Dog is awesome. Battering Krasis is great. There's also a Gruul Guildgate, Runner's Bane, Deputy of Acquittals. But man, oh man, Far Away is nuts. I mean, for 5 mana, you basically get some insane board presence, and I don't mind playing the blue-black, so we're going to take the Far and Away. Interesting. So we've got a Carnage Gladiator. Now, this is one of the more powerful of the uncommons in the set. Definitely, if you're looking to be super hyper-aggressive, this is the card that you want to take. There's also a Windrake that I'm eyeing up. Not much else other than that. Renounce the Guilds is fine, but chances are you're going to hit something lame. Zertod Druid's honestly phenomenal in this format, as is Boros Mastiff and other stuff. So I think what we're going to go with, I'm going to grab the Carnage Gladiator. I know I'm not necessarily married to my first pick. At the very least, I can play the away part. And a big shout out, of course, to Dragon Master and A4 Too Many 4-2 for helping us out. So we're going to take Carnage Gladiator and see where this takes us. And it looks like we've got a Zertod Druid. There's some other good stuff in here, certainly. Sin Collector is excellent. Obsidat's Aid is fun as well. Gruul Guildgate is nice, but being Jund is not the worst thing to do, and I do like having a Zertod Druid, so I think we're going to take the Zertod Druid. Ooh, and a Putrefy. It is so putrid. Alright, Putrefy is pretty awesome. I mean, there's some other great stuff in the pack. Beetleform Mage is phenomenal, as is Crawl Warrior. I like both of those cards very much. There's also a Drown in Filth, and a Maze Abomination is something that I certainly don't mind having as a curve topper. Again, another Guildgate, but happy to grab the Putrefy. Happy to take relevant removal. Always happy to see relevant removal in a draft. So I'm a little bummed with this. Deputy of Acquittals is a good card, as is Steeple Rock and Nivix Cyclops. Pilfered Plans is alright. I just wish that these Clue Stones were closer to our colors. So I think the pick for us is between Maze Abomination, which, again, as I mentioned, it's an excellent curve top or something that I like having. Is it Clue Stone, which is going to give us that red mana that we need. It's also going to give us the blue mana if we decide to actually play this Far and Away for all that it's worth, or Weapon Surge. I think I'm going to take the Clue Stone here. Again, we're not positive what we're in just yet, and we could be Grixis. I don't know. Well, we're probably not going to be Grixis. But, I mean, hey, there's a Clue Stone is certainly an excellent inclusion into the deck, so happy to see it. Alright, so I think the pick for us here is going to be between Battering Krasis, an excellent 3-drop, Rubble Belt Maka, who's one of my favorite 4-drops, and the Rakdos Guildgate. I think we're going to take the Rubble Belt Maka. Again, just a really nice card. Something that I really certainly enjoy having around and playing and stuff like that. But I mean, we're gonna play Rubble. We're gonna play. Actually, you know what? It's between Rubble Belt Maka and this Guildgate, and I think at this point I just kind of want the Guildgate. Alright, well, we get a Maze Abomination. There's also a Smelt Ward Gatekeepers, but that's not what I'm looking for. I am looking for Maze Abomination, however. It's a fantastic card. I say as there's another Maze Abomination. Well, our green is starting to dry up, which worries me just a little bit. However, that does mean that we can take Runner's Bane or Maze Glider. Either one of these is going to be fine. Or Weapon Surge. We could always take Weapon Surge and try and stay on color. I think we'll take the Weapon Surge. I don't want to have to sacrifice that Zertod Druid and that awesome Putrefy just yet. And we get a Gruul Guildgate, which is excellent for us as well. Drown in Filth is fine. There's also a Windrake. Maybe we do want to jump on the Windrake. I mean, we certainly could splash this and this for the Putrefy, and we wouldn't play Zertod Druid, but I mean, we'll take Windrake. We do get a Gruul Clue Stone, which is nice. Does keep us in that Jund sort of archetype. There's a Drown in Filth. I think we'll take Drown in Filth. I think I'd rather play Jund here. We got 2 Clue Stones for it. We got the Awe from the Guilds, which is not that great. So, you know, no complaints. Gotta see if our other drafters are still in, though. Alright, so Okay, so we do. This is cool. I mean, there's a Reckoner. I think we're going to take Reckoner here. It's just the most powerful card in the pack. I mean, there's a Din Rovahor. If we actually... Here's the thing. Do we want to be Grixis or Jund? Oh, from the guilds. If we play Grixis, we've already got 2 Clue Stones for Grixis. We do that and that. And that just means we can't play the Drown in Filth, the Zertod Druid, and the Putrefy, which we can splash for. Because it's between Din Rovahor and Boros Reckoner. But Reckoner I want to take, but it's just going to be harder on our mana base. Ah, man. No, I think we just take Reckoner. I mean, we've already got plenty of good stuff for the Jund archetype, and I'm very happy with it so far. Ooh. Burning Tree Emissary is very good. Scorchwalker is very good. Greenside Watcher is fine, as is Ruination Worm, but we're going to take Pit Fight. Gotta love Pit Fight. Lots of good removal. The same goes for Homing Lightning. Can't say no to removal. I mean, there's a Prophetic Prism, which I would like. Active Treason is fine as well, but Homing Lightning is good. Homing Lightning is very, very good. So there's another Homing Lightning, a Basilica Screecher, a Skinbrand Goblin. My god. These are some really insane packs. I actually think with the Pit Fight, the Homing Lightning, the Putrefy, and to a lesser extent that Drown in Filth, I think we're going to be okay on removal. And I'd like to start getting some creatures, and I think Basilica Screecher is probably the best creature in the deck by a wide margin. I'm sorry, the pack by a wide margin. And we get another Basilica Screecher, which is great too. Gotta love these cheap extort guys. Really gets the beats a-flowing. There's a Disciple of the Old Ways, which is a card I like quite a bit. Slate Street Ruffian, which is, you know, if you're desperate for a 23rd. Smog Elemental was actually really good. I think we're going to take that one. I like having the Smog Elemental. It makes life a living hell for flyers. Skinbrand Goblin or Scorchwalker. I think the pick for us is going to be Scorchwalker. Well, I do like having these cheap creatures. Yeah, I'll take Skinbrand Goblin here. I mean, I like Scorchwalker, but not enough to sacrifice a Goblin. Happy to see another Guildgate that's going to keep us flowing. Happy to see Scorchwalker here. The only other card in the contention would be the Foundry Street Denizen, which I don't necessarily want. There's also a Greenside Watcher, which works pretty well with our deck, considering we have 3 Guildgates. There's nothing in here that we absolutely want. Clinging in Enemies is kind of useless. Predator's Report is actually useless. Shattering Blow is fine, or Spell Rupture. I'll take Spell Rupture. I really don't want to get hit by a Counterspell. Towering Thunderfist is decent, as is Burst of Strength. That Skullcrack is not that useful for us. Hydroform is fine, but it is not what we're going to play. Okie doke. Alrighty then. Wow, this pack is insane. What? What's happening? There's an Annihilating Fire, an Augur Spree, a Stab Wound, a Guildgate, Karazda Monitor, Slum Reaper, Slitherhead, Rakdos Charm, Trustani's Judgment, Cyclonic Rift. Holy mackerel. This pack is nothing but playables. Stab Wound, I guess? I mean, Stab Wound is the best card in the pack, I think, other than Cyclonic Rift, but we're not going to play Well, we could splash for Cyclonic Rift. Let's be real here. We do have that Izzet Cluestone. No, we'll take Stab Wound. Stab Wound is awesome. I'm actually happy to see Gutter Snipe here. The only other pick, I think, for us would be Sewer Shambler. We already have plenty of removal, so Launch Party is out of the question, I think, for us. Centaur's Herald is fine as well. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 instants and sorceries in the deck that I can do really well with, and Gutter Snipe's kind of... Well, maybe we do want Sewer Shambler. No, I think we want Gutter Snipe. It's good for getting damage in there. Have plenty of Guildgates, so actually this Ogre Jailbreaker is sweet. I mean, the other pick is Stonefair Croc or Terrace Worm. I actually don't mind Terrace Worm, but we already have a pretty high curve. There's also a Towering Indrik. Maybe I want Towering Indrik, actually, now that I think about that. Tons of flyers, but I think the Jailbreaker is what we want. Happy to grab a Lobber Crew, certainly with all the multicolor spells that we have, so we're going to grab the Lobster. Rock Lobster. There's plenty of good stuff to have here. There's a Grim Roustabout, which might be what we want, but I think we'll take the Guildgate. Can never have too much mana fixing. I've learned that. Karazda Monitor is fine. I mean, Cobble Brood is also decent, but I mean, it's not what we really want. We'll take Stonefair Croc. Traitorous Instinct is great, but I mean, we're trying to get some creatures now, as is Dagger Drome Imp. With any luck, we'll wheel that Sewer Shambler. Or Rakdos Charm. Rakdos Charm is awesome. This is one of those cards that you either use it to hose the Golgari, or they have like a Civic Saber or something that they're using on Frostburn Weird. You can blow that up. Honestly, though, you use this for the last ability. I mean, even if they've got 4 creatures, or more commonly, if the board stalls out and they have a lot of guys, you can just kill them with Rakdos Charm. Electrickery is fine, or Dynacharge. Do I want to be... I think I'm more of the Dynacharge deck, so we'll take Dynacharge. Yeah, this is going pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with the picks that we've had. I probably won't play both Maze Abominations. I'll probably only play one, but so far, doing great. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 guild gates. All good things, all good stuff that I want. We've got a lot of good removal in the deck. Some real big creatures, some real strong creatures, some good plays. Terrace Worm is fine. Bellows Lizard is also fine. I had Terrace or Axebane stack. I get my choice basically of dumb dinosaurs. Literally 1 dinosaur and then 2 dinosaurs in a name only. I think we'll take Bellows Lizard. I'll take Terrace Worm. Terrace Worm's fine. You can do some fun stuff with Terrace Worm. I'll grab Dispel here, as I don't really care about Druid's Deliverance, and Dispel actually hurts a lot of our instants. I'm not going to play 2 Dynacharges, whereas Chemister's Trick is good spot removal against me. And I'll take the Trained Caracol. So, alright. Not bad. Not bad at all. This deck is going to be fun. Got a lot of good multicolor spells, a lot of good synergy, strong removal suite. Our creatures, I think, are impactful, which is nice. Good to have creatures that impact the board in a lot of good ways. So, we'll see how it comes together. See how it comes together. Alright, let's go to the Generate the Deck. La 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 la. All right, let's find out what we've. What's the damage? We got 4, 26, 27. So we got to cut 4 cards. I really like all of these cards. Oh no, we have 3 artifacts. We can probably actually get away with not playing any of these. I mean, I've got 4 guild gates. Do I really need? Yeah, I mean, I can take the Rakdos Cluestone. I think that's a reasonable pick to grab. I certainly don't need anything else. We're predominantly red. It's looking like we're predominantly red-green, red-black. We're predominantly red. That is the point here, I think. So let's refresh this bad boy and see what we're looking at. Alright, so we could probably cut a big creature as opposed to cutting our other ones. I'm actually going to leave that lovely, lovely Maze Abomination in. We've got a lot of nice little multicolor cards. So I'm going to cut a Towering Thunderfist, which I don't think I need too much. I'm going to leave Smog Elemental in. I mean, this just hoses flyers. Hurts them big time for us, which I like quite a bit. Because what are we looking at? We're looking at 28 cards. Alright, and we can cut 1 more creature, I think. I'd like to. This is a deck that I think wants to play 16 creatures. I almost want to leave Terrace Worm in here as like a pseudo finisher, but I don't think that's going to work. So I'm going to cut Terrace Worm. I think it's the weakest link out of all of them. We're going to cut Burst of Strength. The average one of our guys isn't going to be able to survive Burst of Strengthing. Plus, we're not going to want to block very often, I think, with that Carnage Gladiator. We're going to want like, a lot of flying, so Dino Charge is going to be pretty useful there for us. Do we want Weapon Surge? I think we do want Weapon Surge. That's 23, 24, 25. Okay, so we still have to cut 2 more cards. I can cut 1 of these, and then I can cut 1 more creature. Though, do I really even want to cut the Rakdos Cluestone? Yeah, I think I want to leave that Cluestone in there. I still have some pretty high drop cards, and I'd like the mana. to do stuff with. I think I got a weapon surge. And then maybe a Greenside Watcher. No, Greenside Watcher's pretty good with the 4 guild gates that we've got in there. Let's check the handy dandy check thingamajig we've got. Alright. We've got plenty. Alright, so we got plenty of good 2-drops. I think I'm actually going to cut this Dagger Drone Imp. Dagger Drone Imp is generally a card that you want to have like lots of stuff to do with it. I don't think we necessarily do. And then I'm going to cut. That should be it then. We should be good. Alright, yeah, that's 21, 22, 23. Alright, that's perfect. Alright, guys, that's going to look, seems like it's going to be a pretty fun Jund deck. Not going to lie to you. Let's copy this bad boy. I'm heading, of course, to our favorite drafting site, untap.in. Oh, yes. Untap.in. How I have missed you. How I have missed you. And I misspelled my password like a jerk. Love it when I do that. This was from one of our fun little... we did a grab bag draft the other day with the help of the community. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Okay, now let's check our mana base really quick. So it looks like we have 11 red symbols, 10 black symbols, 6 of those. We already have 4 land in here, which gives us 13 slots. 13 slots left. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to do 5 mountains, 5 swamps, and 3 forests, because we have the 2 Gruul guild gates plus a Golgari guild gate, which gives us 6 green sources. And then all 4 of these give us red sources, so that'll give us 9 red sources. And then this and this give us 7 black sources, and I think that's going to be perfect. Plus the Rakdos Cluestone gives us that 8th black source and a 10th red source. So that's going to be what we're doing. We're going to be playing 5 mountain, 5 swamp, 3 forest, and hopefully this works out well. We need to give it a brand new title, however, because as you guys know, we certainly like our jank here at Draftradio. Excellent movie parody. That is the question. You know, guys, if you have any great suggestions for a jank deck name, that would be sweet. I would love nothing more than to hear those suggestions. What's a good movie? Starjank into jankness. Alright, guys. Starjank into jankness is ready to sail out into the world. You guys have been awesome, and I hopefully will see you in round 1.